Hey, it's Hoss here with another Ask Hoss session, and in today's session I'm going to answer the manic question: how can I sell my Amazon FBA inventory fast to avoid storage fees? Well, first of all, let me say that I feel for you because this happened to me. I got hit big time with storage fees from FBA. And here's the thing, one of the strategies that sellers use or used to use was to build up stock, especially after summer and before hitting Christmas, because obviously quarter 4 on Amazon is famous for being the quarter where most sellers make their money. And from usually mid-November to late December, there's a buying frenzy. There's people trying to buy presents, and there's a huge opportunity and potential to make good money. Now, the worst thing that you can do as an Amazon seller, or the worst thing that can happen to you, okay, not the worst thing, but one of the worst things that can happen to you in terms of being able to sell, is running out of stock. Your rankings will plummet, and it can be quite hard to recover them afterward. So the strategy was to build up stock, and I did this myself. I built thousands of units into stock. And of course, one of the issues is that around that time of the year, towards Christmas, it gets harder usually to get your inventory into Amazon. Your suppliers usually get busier with everyone's orders, so there's a longer time for your product, especially if it's coming from China, to get to you or to get to FBA. There's a lot more for the customs guys to check over, so there's potentially a delay there. Same when that stock hits your own country, the custom guys are working overtime, dealing with all the Christmas influx, and then there's usually a queue to get into Amazon FBA. And this happened to me the previous year, where I actually ran out of stock, and I had all this Christmas stock waiting to get into FBA, and I just had to wait forever. There were delays, there were issues. Finally, my stock got into FBA, but by that time it was too late. I'd missed the buying frenzy season. Anyway, that's not such an attractive strategy now, because I believe in February of this year, 2017, Amazon came up with the smart idea of charging sellers for any stock that's been in their warehouses for 6 months or more, because Amazon obviously are known for not having enough shelf space. Ding, that was a joke, don't sue me. Okay, so now you have this window. It does put pressure on sellers in a way, because if you want to take advantage of the Christmas buying season and you don't want to hit that bottleneck at Christmas, it means that you have to either buy your stock during the year and stock it at home and then send it all in one go, or spend big time towards September, October, get all your stock in. The last thing you want to do is run out of stock mid-December. So you want to have plenty of stock. But the other side of the coin now is that if you don't sell that stock in December and in the following months, then there's going to be a storage fee. And I get that's exactly what happened to me. And then the year before, I prepared for that eventuality, and I got plenty of stock in. And of course, I got hit with a massive bill. I was not impressed. So I feel for you. So addressing your question, how can I sell my Amazon FBA inventory fast to avoid storage fees? Unfortunately, you may have to break even or take a loss if you're really trying to avoid that storage fee. In the old, I'm saying old, not so long ago, you used to be able to do coupon discounts and really promote the hell out of those. And Amazon's terms of service change quite frequently, so whatever you decide to do, just check that it's within the terms of service if you're going to do something like giveaways and that kind of thing. And of course, be careful where you promote this stuff. Again, look at the terms of service. They're pretty clear on this type of thing now, because it has been overused by sellers. One great strategy for ranking quickly and generating sales in Amazon was to do exactly that, to do $1 or £1 giveaways. And usually you'd promote these with coupons, whatever you could. But that didn't please Amazon, so that had to stop. So I've added coupon here to the screen, but look into it and be smart about how you do this. Of course, they can't stop people from using coupons. Coupons is a good marketing strategy. It's not illegal, but you have to play within their rules. Now, the other thing you could do is to do a discount, okay? And this is where you may break even or even lose some money. But again, you have the storage fee, the FBA storage fee, to weigh up against. You know, it depends on how much stock you have and how much time you have until that fee hits. Of course, those are two important variables. If you're 5 months away from this, you don't have to take such a radical measurement. But if you're a couple of weeks away and this storage fee is coming towards you and you really want to offload some products quickly, then I think you're going to have to take a loss. And in case you're curious, which I'm sure you are, that's what I did. So the strategy here is that you price your product lower than your competitors. Now, I'm going to add to this that you will have to amp up your PPC, your pay-per-click advertising. You need people to see those discounted products. So the other side of the coin here is that you have to drop the price of your products, but you have to spend more on advertising. But logically, if your products start to sell more, your advertising is going to become cheaper. And then you're going to start getting organic sales as that product starts to rank. Which takes me to the next strategy. Increase your price as you start to sell. Okay, so if you drop the price of your product and you amp your pay-per-click and you start getting more visitors and then more sales, those products are going to naturally start to rank. Amazon wants to make money too. So if Amazon knows that that product is selling, it's in Amazon's interest to present that product when somebody is searching for that product. That's the logic behind any buying algorithm. Now, what you can do is if you hit page 1, the top 16, and then your sales really start to come in, then start to increase that price, but do it gradually. And if you manage to stay on page 1 as you increase your price, you may start to make a bit of profit then, which hopefully, again, depending on how many sales and on how many units you actually have, may start to then cover some of the costs from the previous low-priced sales. Okay? But the start of it all is to lower the price. Look, if you see a shop that's being closed down, it's closing down for business, what do? They almost give away the stock because they need to get rid of the stock. So that's really the only option. But as I say, once you start picking up visibility and hopefully you rank on page 1, then start to increase that price. And even if you're not ranking on page 1, but your sales really start to pick up, start to nudge that price up a little bit. And as a last resort, if you really can't afford the storage fee, then you're going to have to find out how much it's going to cost you to have Amazon ship all your stock back to you. It's not that expensive per unit, but obviously if you have a lot of units, that's going to be a lot. So that would be one way to get your stock back. And obviously once you have your stock, then start selling that listed in eBay and even go to car boot sales and try and sell them there just to recoup your money. And as a last resort, if you really can't afford to have your FBA stock shipped to you, and you can't afford the storage fee and you really need to let them go, I'm afraid the last resort is to have Amazon destroy your stock. And I think that comes with a charge now as well, that charge per unit. So even that's going to cost you a little bit. Now, it's worth saying at this point that it may be worth talking to somebody as well to see whether they're interested in going halves with you or investing in that stock and actually buying it back, and then any profit that's made from selling those on eBay or offline, wherever, then you split the profit. And also one last thing, you could find other sellers and ask them if they want to buy your stock. But if it's branded, then there's going to be a problem, of course. Now, I wouldn't contact the sellers via Amazon. That could get your account in trouble. If the other sellers have a brand, you may be able to find that brand in Google and find their website. You could contact them directly that way. But as I say, they're selling their own brand, so that really is a shot in the dark. You may actually have more luck going to a local market or a shop that happens to stock a similar product to you, an independent shop, of course, I'm not talking about a chain, and just telling them, hey, I've got this much stock, it's in Amazon, I need to get it out of there, and just ask them if they're interested in buying it at a discount. Just be prepared to make a loss if you're in this situation. If you break even, consider yourself really lucky. And if you make a profit, a small profit, that's really not expected. It really is a bonus. Okay, that's going to do it for today's episode. I shall see you again right here in a couple of days. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already, just because it's the thing to do. And I shall see you very soon.